बोले सोने हाल सासवी अकाल
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the Everyday Sikhi Show. So it's a weekly show where we talk about Sikhi and how it can help in our daily lives. So सारा दा स्वागत है जो काल चैनल वेख रही है. So ये जो Everyday Sikhi Show है ਅਸੀਂ ਵੇਖਦੇ ਆ पे ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਗੈਸਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਹੋਰ ਵਧੀਆ ਬਣ ਸਕੇ. ਸੋ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਹੋਣੀ ਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੀਰ ਤੇ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਹੋਣੀਆਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਆਈਆਂ ਆ. ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖੀ 'ਚ ਆਏ ਆ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ 'ਚ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ. So we'll be discussing the personal journeys and how our Gursikh brothers and sisters who have come today, how they were inspired to follow the path of Sikhi and how a Sikhi helped them, how they benefited from it and what kind of Sangat can benefit from them, some tips, some advice, some inspiration which we can all take with us today as well. So we just introduce our panel. So आज अपने स्टूडियो च आए भाजी मनदीप सिंह जी, भैन जी अमनप्रीत कौर जी and भैन जी गुरप्रीत कौर जी. So सारे तीन जने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ बर्मिंघम पढ़ते हैं. They are students of University of Birmingham. So फतेह दी सांझ करते हैं नाल वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह. So we're going to start with Paji Mandeep Singh ji. So how ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਸੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ how was your life before taking ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਿਆ before taking ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਸੀ ਤੇ how did Guru Sahib bless you? ਹਾਂਜੀ
so I guess I started off in a standard Punjabi family in Birmingham.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਿਆ ਸੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ?
No one was.
ਕਿਸਾ ਤਾਰੀ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਨਾ
ਅੱਛਾ ਕੇਸ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਮੋਨੇ ਸੀ. ਅੱਛਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਸੀ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਈ ਬ੍ਰਦਰਸ?
Yeah, just drinking eating.
ਅੱਛਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ okay.
And yeah, I guess from about 13, 14 just carried on as normal. From a young age my mum always forced me to go to Punjabi school.
So that was at the Gurdwara?
No, at school actually.
At school ਸੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ as a family?
It was quite regular to be fair. Probably more than most kids. At least once or twice a week. So
okay,
that's local.
ਅੱਛਾ ਠੀਕ.
So I was quite blessed in that sense. And then yeah, Punjabi school, I hated it as much as I did, but mum always said to me, you know, you'll thank me one day. The days definitely come. And yeah, also along with Punjabi school, mum always said read Japji Sahib.
So ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੰਮੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜਪ ਦੀ ਪਾਠ ਐਵਰੀ ਡੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਅੱਛਾ ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ.
ਉਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਆ. And so it's with Maharaj
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ when she's looking. So with Maharaj Kirpa I started reading Japji Sahib from like secondary school. Had no idea what it meant, just mum told me to do it, so I did it. And it kind of felt right. The morning wouldn't feel right if I went to school without doing it or whatever. And then I guess the real change, so about 14, 15 started the normal Punjabi stuff, drinking in parks and all the rest of it. And then the change came at...
Was that just, is that everybody around the school that was doing the same thing, drinking in the parks?
Yeah, that was just a standard thing to do. You'd start, and then family weddings once you got a bit older.
ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡਾ point ਹੈ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਿਆਹ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ people attending wedding parties, receptions, we think it's just very ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਆਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਜਾਓ ਇਹ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਨਿਆਣੇ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਵੀ kind of normalizing alcoholism and drinking ਸ਼ਰਾਬ.
Definitely, as it is in the Punjabi culture. But yeah, cutting a long story very short. So it's sixth form came and I had quite good close-knit friends at my school and we went to Sawar Gurdwara one day and mum saw the advertisement for Nishkam sixth form and she signed me up to it without telling me. About a week before she's like, oh, you're going here for a week? I was like, what the hell?
He's just a sixth form, no?
And the first year the Gurdwara had made a sixth form in Hackley. So she like try it for a week, otherwise go back to where you were. And I went there and I never came back. So it was kind of the feel of it. There was a good Sikhi class taught by a Singh from Smithwick. He taught us the Ardas Kant, little things like that, taught us a lot of Sakhiyan, those kind of things. And that was Sangat itself. And then with Maharaj Kirpa after a year, I kept my hair. I was blessed with case actually, sorry.
So no one told you to just अपने आप तो जिस Sikhi दा सुन के साखियाँ stories, learning part that this inspired you.
And not even learning part, reading part, and not even knowing words. And then you kind of realize 10 years down the line, oh, I do thank you for it. And the fall, it may not come straight away. I think we live in a world where when we give something, we expect something back straight away.
So time
but Maharaj knows obviously what's best for us, and they give you the fal when you require it. And the kirpa happens when you need it most.
Very good.
And then, yeah, 10 years also at the same time I was playing football in Smethwick, and a Sevadar for Sikh to Inspire told me to come to a camp. So that was one of the major turning points as well. And I remember a Saki that Singh told me, he goes, we were just talking about the practicalities of the camp, and he goes, you know, at the end of the day, if you've taken one thing away from Sikhi, and no one else has learned anything, and they've just come for the langar, the whole camp was suffered. And that was a massive thing for me. It taught me the value of Sikhi, and then learning about Shaheed Singhs, especially in 1984, realising that people are giving up their whole lineage. And the least we can do is keep our case, है ना?
वो केस रखने जैसे कि शहीदी दे हिसाब नाल the sacrifice made by it's a very small thing we could do for Guru Sahib, ना? But it's
yeah, and I guess attending camp, seeing inspirations such as Bibi Preetam Kaur, who was the PA to Sant Jarnail Singh Ji. She was at Darbar Sahib when the attack happened, and she had a 1-year-old son or daughter, I can't remember, which was shot in her arms. And seeing inspirations like that I studied in Chardi Kala after so much mishap as people would take it, you know, it just fuels you on. Maharaj ape kirpa kar diya.
So ਤੁਸੀਂ पे अमृत यूनिवर्सिटी तो पहला शक्या सी?
No, in my first year of university.
So after taking Amrit, so ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਉੱਠਦੇ ਆ ਪਾਠ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਾਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ what things has been challenges, that what things has Sikhi helped you, how has it benefited you, so you can realize, you know what, ਇਹ Amrit ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਆ ਹੈ ਨਾ, when the Guru Sahib di raat di kirpa.
I guess the biggest probably thing is contentment that Maharaj gives you, because you know you've placed your head at the charan of someone that knows a lot better than you. So you're not worrying about yourself because you know Maharaj is there worrying for you, which is amazing. And I was quite a paranoid guy before. I'd run down the road and run all the way back just to check if the door was locked. So I would always worry about things, but Maharaj has taken that away because you know we've got Guru Sahib looking over our shoulders. So that's a massive thing, and I think nowadays that's one of the hardest things to find is contentment and peace.
Sari dunya labdi, contentment means santokh, sabr. Everybody's looking for these things. So anything else to add? Anything, a message for the?
I mean, just try it. We don't have an excuse for resources. There's basics of Sikhi, the Sikh to Inspire, there's Khalsa camp. Try a camp. A lot of people will give you stereotypes or warnings about Sikhi that they may have experienced for whatever reason, but don't let anyone else judge it for yourself. Dip your toe in the pond. And there's a saying that is quite close to my heart. You take one step towards Guru Granth Sahib Ji and they'll take 1,000,000 towards you. And so just see it for yourself.
Very good. So thankful for Veer Ji has shared. I'm sure many people got inspiration. So the key thing is about reading Gurbani, even if you don't understand, is taking the first step, then entering Sangat, and then learning, and gradually it's like a snowball which gets bigger. Hanji Penji, Amanpreet Kaur ji, if ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਦਸਤਾਰ ਸਜਾਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ? Are you from a Gursikh family from the very beginning? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ?
Basically, my parents have always been brought up in Gurbani, so my mum, her background, like her Dada ji and my Nana ji, they always were Biasi and Part. They would get up and their dad was very strong, so that followed on to my mum.
India the vich jate pe?
Hanji, India the vich. And so that followed on. So my mum and my dad would take us to Gurdwara every day, which we were lucky because
in Gillingham, right?
Hanji, in Gillingham. Yes, a very glorified area. Hanji. And then that slowly, even if my mum and dad said we didn't want to go, then we wanted to go. So it wasn't like they were kind of forcing us.
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਤੋਂ, because did you understand ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਥਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ, for example, ਜਾਂ ਕੀਰਤਨ, because some people think ਚਲੋ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ understand it, you liked going to the Gurdwara. What did you like about the Gurdwara?
It was just this energy we felt, and this is only, I was 5.
You didn't understand though what's happening?
No, I didn't understand, just knew that
positive energy.
We're just going to go for that outside, and we're going to get this energy that is going to make us
and
happy.
Some dig.
Yeah, the dig was a really nice thing, And so from that, we slowly though stopped going to Gurdwara, and I entered grammar school, and then I became a very confused teenager at the age of 12 and 13. But my mum knew that, so she would do ardas every day, Guruji, like help her. And then the sangat I was keeping, like I knew I was Sikh, I'm not going to drink alcohol, I'm not going to smoke. And at the age of 12 and 13, the girls, they were lovely friends, but they started to bring alcohol into the grammar school.
Goriya je Punjabi?
Goriya. But they never actually said to me, do you want to drink? They never said that to me. But they used to go to the field and smoke.
And how? So you're 12, 13 years old?
12, 13.
So can you
grammar school.
something to be mindful of. कई बार सोचते हैं but even schools ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ young children is something to be mindful of.
But because my mum grounded in me our Sikhi roots, and I kind of knew we're not supposed to smoke, even at the field I would feel so guilty. I was like, why am I here? Guruji, please take me.
ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਤੇ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਨੋਟ ਕਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਦ੍ਰਿੜ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ the teachings of a parent ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਫੋਰਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਚੰਗੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਫੋਰਸ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਕੂਲੇ ਜਾਣ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਰਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕੂਲੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਕੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਿ ਤੇਰੇ ਚੰਗਾ ਆ ਇਟਸ ਗੁੱਡ ਫॉर ਯੂ but when it comes to ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਔਰ ਮੈਂ don't go to ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਖੀ ਸੁਣਨੀ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਠ ਕਰਨਾ ਚ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ so it's something to be mindful of the ਕੋਕ ਬੱਚਾ ਪੀਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਪੁੱਤ ਪੀਣਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਰੋਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਣਾ ਪੁੱਤ ਪੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਨਾ but sometimes ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ we don't take the active steps so your mother's Sikhi teachings from a young age at that point was in your conscious in your mind.
They were still in my mind. And then slowly my mum found out about Khalsa Club, so we had that in Gillingham.
Khalsa Club ki si
it's just basically like a get together on one evening when everyone's free and you just learn about Sikhi. You have a lot of fun as well. Just learn about Sikhi. And so my mum started to told us let's just go, so it's been a month she was just bugging me. I was like, oh, I should just go.
Because mum ਦੀ persistence ਜੇ ਮੰਮੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੁੜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਉਹ ਮੰਮੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਹੈ ਭਲਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ she kept on and it paid off.
We had a similar thing at the Sikhi forum, so
persist.
But it paid off slowly because then I started to listen to Gurbani, but it wasn't. I was always just thinking, oh, I'm not going to wear the star. I'm not going to get into Sikhi soon.
Are you at this point doing part of the life of Gurbani?
It was like Bunch Body and Japji side.
Oh, good.
And then so because I had that mentality, oh, I'm not going to get Sikhi soon. And Guruji even blessed me one day. The Sevardar tied a big white, lovely damalla on me. It reminded me of Shaheed Singh's and the kind of first the star I got. But I was still thinking, oh no, I'm not going to Sikhi yet. And then slowly my mind started to change. Like I remember the first day of year 8 and I went and got my body waxed. I got it all waxed. And my mum was saying to me, she only tells me now, that she was doing a das sitting at work, heartfelt. She was like, Guruji, with your kirpa, मैं सिक्खी विच पर एक किथे चल गई. I thought she was listening to Gurbani.
ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੰਮੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੋਡੀ ਵੈਕਸ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਅੱਛਾ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਤੁਸੀਂ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਗਏ
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ
ਨਹੀਂ because she knew that she has to pay for it and but I think it was meant to be as a reason.
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ
but then she
realized that ਮੈਂ ਕਹਾਂਗੀ that you still going to end up doing it.
I was quite adamant child. But then I thought, because I kept, like I'm saying, I thought I'm not going to get into Sikhi. And then Guruji's Girpa, I felt very guilty that day. Maybe it's my mum's ardas. I felt so guilty.
And you're going to Khalsa Club at the same time?
That actually is really funny because Khalsa Club was that day too.
Oh, wow.
And everyone noticed, especially the Punjabis, they noticed when you do eyebrows and stuff. That's the first time I did my eyebrows. And then after that I was like, why did I do it? They all know. And I'm actually lucky the week after Khalsa Club, it was Khalsa Club, and this Baji from Birmingham came to study. And he said the most powerful thing, it sticks to me today. He said, you know, we want everything in life, like we want to be successful, we want to have an education and obviously have a good job. And he used his hands, he said, well, Nama Gurbani are up here, like literally up his head, above his head. And he said, and then said everything's down here. And just if you think Nama Gurbani are here and everything's below, then Maharaj, if you ask that in Ardas, it will drag everything along with it. Because Nama Gurbani are power, and man, that hit a nerve. That hit a nerve. So everything.
Sorry, apna break aa gaya ya. We'll continue to be continued. So Panjamanpreet ko Gillingham to bari pyare unhone dasse apne story how Guru Sahib blessed us. So we continue after the break. ठीक है जी. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome back, Saran Swagat. So we're today talking about the personal journeys of Sikhi of our three guests today, जो University of Birmingham, especially at the studio chahe hai. So Sara da welcome apna guest that they're sharing. We're halfway through Penji Amanpreet Kaur ji's story, talking about how kidda ਉਹ ਕੇਸ ਵੈਕਸ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਗਏ ਸੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਸੇ ਦਿਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਉਣਾ ਸੀ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਵੀਰ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਫਿਰ ਨਾਮ ਬਾਣੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਚੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਸੁੱਖ all of the worldly comforts and happinesses are below ਨਾਮ ਬਾਣੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਪੰਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ can you continue
ਹਾਂਜੀ so after that day I just did ardas I did Japji Sahib and ardas every day and all I could think about even during school was Maharaj, please bless me with Naam and Gurbani. Please bless me with Naam and Gurbani. That's all I could think about because obviously at that time when you get such amazing advice that just sticks with you. And
ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚ ਕੋਈ ਚੰਗੇ ਭਾਗ ਹੋਣੇ you must be very blessed because ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਚੰਗੀ advice ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ good advice doesn't hit us inside.
That's exactly what happened. And because you have that Bharosa Maharaj, you don't even realise things happen. So that was September and because I was doing that every day the ardas I didn't even realise few months went by and I was keeping my case I didn't even realise and then January came and I've made a resolution I'm never going to wear makeup again and that's the only resolution I ever kept yeah and then slowly after that January to April I had this jar again to start wearing the star so I'd always go to Khalsa Club and I would just basically bug the Siradas please can you tie us to the star every single Khalsa Club. And then when they were tired, I wouldn't take it off until Thursday morning. So before I had to go to school, literally the last minute where I had to get in the car, I would then tie it off. Because
some of our sisters, viewers, कोई मुतामा बैठे होने शायद तो दस्तार नहीं सजाते हैं ना ता तो की feeling हुई because it's a big step है ना कई it feels like a big step for many people including our brothers who perhaps haven't got case and then moved to the step to wearing the star की तो feeling especially ladies is not all our sisters wear the stars
for me it was mainly I thought this is good. It felt like Guru Gobind Singh Ji's hand is on my head. And I felt when the first time I tried that white the star, it was so big. I really felt that like Guru Ji is really with me. Ang Sang, that's my mentality. I've never really thought it's a fashion accessory. I've always thought it feels right because this is Guru Ji Mere Naal. That's the main thing. If we have that kind of pyar, if you think Guruji honestly takes away all the obstacles. He will help you. It just depends on your pyar. It depends how you see, how you perceive your dastar. That's where Guruji starts to help you.
ਤਾਂ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਛਕਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਫਿਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ how did you move from ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੇਸ ਰੱਖ ਲਏ ਦਸਤਾਰ ਵੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਜਾਉਣ ਲੱਗ ਬੰਦੀ when did you start tying the star regularly then
in April so just in the Easter holidays.
So of that same year.
Hanji.
ठीक है जी. And then उस तो बाद ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ from that time when did you take amrit?
In November the same year.
The same year. So how was your journey from taking amrit? And then what change did you feel after taking amrit? How has your life been now? If you can compare, because lots of our brothers and sisters perhaps they're building themselves to amrit. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ?
Basically from April to November. Like I said, I just kept doing that ardas, Naam Gurbani, Vaheguru Ji, Bakshu Naam Gurbani. And I didn't realise that Guruji really helps you with your red. You won't even realise you're doing extra bani, you have a good routine. You won't realise these things because all you got is that shraddha in your mind. And because that red was so strong, I felt, okay, Guruji, whenever you do Girpa, then you'll bless me with Amrit. And that's exactly what happened. I went to November Rensby in Amsterdam and there were like 15 Benjian. We were all staying in one accommodation and they were all saying, oh, it would be really nice, like you're the youngest in the group because I was 15 at the time. It would be nice, like you could also join the Khas family. There were a lot of biyar, they gave me a lot of biyar. They also came with me to Amritsar to drop me off. It was so much biyar and that's what really encouraged me. Guru, it was meant to be and I'm, like I said, I mean, when you're 15, everyone thinks you're so young. It's actually the right time. Whenever you feel like you're ready,
it's a very vulnerable age where you can even go the wrong direction. But Maradona bless
Guruji really kept me because we were going through so much dukh in the family, and Amrit changes your karam. Only if you take Amrit you will experience the fall of Amrit, but it really changes your karam. I'm really fortunate. Guruji has really helped me out. A lot of Gurmukhandi Sangat, they've never made me waver. But that's all Guruji's kirpa, and it always depends on what your intention is behind your action. So if you keep thinking, I just want Naam Gurbani, Guruji, please, I just want your darshan, they're the highest things. Everyone says you shouldn't have high ambitions, but I personally feel you need high ambitions.
The right high ambitions.
High ambitions, because that will make you keep driving you through your Sikhi.
Thank you, Panji. Our time हमेशा short होता है. Panji, मैं चाहता था before we give our final thoughts, so तुसी जरूर Panji अपना दस Panji Gurpreet को. Were you always a Gursikh, and which थोड़ा जो तुसी how you Maharaj blessed you to the point where you are Amritdhari Gursikh at university,
Similar to Benji, my parents are Amritdhari. They brought us up.
Actually, you're from a Gursikh family.
Yeah. We were always going Gurdwara and went to loads of Kirtan programs. Went to some camps.
तुसी दस्तार भी सुनाते थे?
नहीं.
अच्छा ठीक है.
And then exactly the same when I went to secondary school. I had no pyar for it anymore. I don't know.
You just lost interest because there might be some parents को माँ बाप भी देखते हैं. Why did you lose interest for Sikhi? तोड़ा जो interest है कई माँ बाप कहते हैं बच्चे पाँच नहीं आज करते. कि सी तुसी कह सकते Panji?
Yeah, it's a sangat, definitely.
The sangat.
And you're introduced to so many new things. I think like for Gore and stuff, they have different lifestyles, and sometimes we're not used to seeing that. And if Gore are allowed to go out late and chill in the park,
you think that that's
why can't
I? Freedom on the years, my life's big,
And for that reason, I think your mind naturally rebels to it. So that's what happened with me. And then throughout the whole of high school, I was pretty much just random person. I was atheist, I think, when I was about 15.
Why? So to see Rab nu manana bhi hard to get.
I was just like, to be honest, it's a lot deeper. Like I had a lot of problems. I think had a lot of anxiety problems.
Fikr to demand.
Yeah, just generally about life, and I was also very depressed for quite a few years. So I was like, there can't be a God. Like seriously, come on.
This कई मान चलन कई जगह बच्चे कोई फिक्र नहीं होंदे दुख नहीं होंदे बच्चे दे भी कई worries होंदे and they can build up
they're really good at not showing it at that age.
Yeah.
So फिर किस तरह फिर from being like an atheist तुसी रब जो ये भी question करने रब हैगा भी या so where did you then कितना फिर मार्ज कृपा कितनी?
It got to a very bad stage. I think I was very, very sad to say, basically. And my mum got very desperate, and she signed me up for a Sikhi camp without telling me.
It
does work, yeah.
So it looks like that Sikhi camp attend karna है सारे दे कोई कृपा ही हो जाती है ना.
It's always the mums.
Hanji?
It's always the mums.
Yeah.
Mums, mummy
they
know.
They know.
So she signed me up, and she told me about a week in advance, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not going.
कोई local camp से जो?
Yeah, local. They're connected to Sikhi.
Connect to Sikhi camp.
Yeah. It was my first camp since I'd kind of stepped away from Sikhi. And I told all my friends it was a music camp. And I said, yeah, we go write songs there, and it's not no religious thing or anything. I was so embarrassed by it. And then I went on the first day.
How old were you then?
I was probably just turning 16, I think.
Turning 16.
Yeah, around 15, 16.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember being so embarrassed, and I went there and I was like, it was my dip-dyed ginger hair, and I was like, God, this is going to be awful, the worst week.
So you don't want to be that, it's going to be boring.
I was dreading it.
Vicky, you at the camp there?
We got there, and there was this bibi who came downstairs. She was wearing full black bana and orange dastard, like Kesri dastard, and she was like, do you need a hand with your bags? And I was like, what is going on? Like I'd never seen someone in Bana with a
Bana bari bibi nu tushe dekhiya nahi.
I was blown away, and I still remember.
Bana means Khalsa uniform, which in the Khalsa identity.
Yeah. And I have the vivid memory of it still, of her carrying my bag up the stairs. Right. I don't know why I can never forget it. She's one of my closest friends now, and that straight away I was like, okay, this isn't what I expected. So it opens your eyes, and then after that I just fell in love with it there. I think really. The Sangat is amazing. We're quite lucky in East London that we have a very welcoming community, and Kirtan as well, because I was very much into music. So I was used to, like probably you guys were very Gurdwara Gyani style Kirtan, and then first time I ever heard AKJ Kirtan, that kind of thing. I was like, wow. This
और चेक जरा खंड की जैसा कीर्तन है इसमें संगति कीर्तन people sing along ना तो और थोड़े फिर party with the participation there's a संगति style that people feel more involved ना हाँ
and then since then it just grew with Sangat, especially keeping Sangat is the most important thing I think for me personally, because without it you can lose your way. I think having people who remind you of why you started is really important.
तो तुसी फिर अमृत पंजी just to end with तुसी अमृत what made you want to take Amrit, and how has your life changed since?
What made me want to take Amrit? you get to a stage, I think, where you realise that you don't really want anything else.
Right.
And then after that, you...
No one told you, Amrit Shako.
No, when I was younger, probably more so. It's like, oh, Amritari, no. But no, when it comes in your own mind, you realise that it's all you want.
Yeah. Very good. Since taking Amrit Panji, how is your life? How has Amrit helped you? How has Amrit benefited you?
My death is probably a lot stronger, I think, because when you see the bunch pyare, I think there's so much pyar you have for them. Right. There's almost a lot of like, I never want to have to see you again for a bad reason. Like I'm never gonna, you know what I mean? So out of pyar and with pyar comes fear. I think they come hand in hand. Your death just improves, I think.
So your death has been like an anchor in your life?
Yeah, definitely. And it helps with all aspects of your education as well. When you have a disciplined lifestyle, you find time to revise, you find time to see sangat and stuff like that.
Sir, good time. Mukana wala ek do commentary rende hai, to bada pyara bachan Satguru saad sangat ke aasre prabh seo rang laye. That with the support and love of the sangat, I've fallen in love with the Vaheguru. And I think that kind of sums up with all of our guests have spoken about. Ek mummy da role jira ya maa di ardas jiri ya mum's persistence te put main to baani ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰਨੀ ਮਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਮਾਂ ਜਿੰਨਾ effort kare mum parents do, it works. Ek din jura fal means that it will pay off eventually. Ek si sangat mein note kita that the sangat changes and has such a positive and it affects us. And then Amrit apne aap hi banda kande main Amrit bagair jeevne. So just to end with Veer ji, Mandeep Singh ji, we've got about 30 seconds each. Tusi kuch last message to anybody watching, you viewers who perhaps could be parents or to youngsters who are nahi Amrit Shakya ja Sikhi ya anything, to key message dena chahunda about being how tusi Gursikh hai, key message dena to our viewers.
Firstly, thank you, Mom. Very good. The one thing that kind of gave me a bit of realization was that how lucky we are actually to be born to see a Sikh family or a Sikh household. Especially when you learn about reincarnation, all the rest of it, that we've actually given a human life in this world. Not only that, we've been given a human life in England. Not only that, we're all in comfort. But then even then, we've been born to a Sikh household, so we're like the luckiest of the luckiest. And to not even try it is, is a dishonourment in itself. So just try it at least. And also coming to Sikhi, it won't only affect you, it'll have a massive effect on your family. Like with Maharaj Kirpa, my mum's also to Amrit as well. So you'll see that for yourself.
Very wonderful. Thank you, Veer and Penji. Last message.
Maybe about Ardas, it doesn't matter if you're Amritari, non-Amritari, it doesn't matter if you feel like you're unworthy, just keep doing Ardas. If you do about Naam Gurbani, Guruji will definitely listen, because he's showing that you have so much pyar for Vaheguru that you just want Naam Gurbani. Even if you don't believe it at first, even if you keep doing it, Guruji will aap kripa karoge, then you don't really need to worry about anything.
Very good, thank you. Nasif Anji Gurpreet.
Just quickly, that any step you make, just approach it with pyar and humility. I think humility is something we lack a lot in the Panth, and I think we should really.
Wo pyari gall hai, nimarta naal, koi kam nimarta. Sometimes people say, my parents, they don't want me to take Amrit, my parents don't want me to make Amrit Vela, my parents don't want me to wear dastar. Kai cheezain hundiyan, par jida Penji ne kaha, if we show them that main Amrit Shakya da dastar, Amrit Vela waking up, that it's made me a more humbler person, more beautiful person, main hon zyada mitha bolan lag paya, to mere khayal naal shayad maa baap pehla kehn nahi, oh darde maa baap, to kehndे pata nahi saadi dhi hon zyada mitha bolan lag pai, mera putt hon zyadi nimrta, he's become more humble. You know what, I think Sikhi works. एक ना एक दिन जरूर लोग की कहेंगे Sikhi does actually work, and it does. So ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ, thank you for taking your time out that you came in the studio. If anybody wants to give feedback, any questions, ask, the email for the Everyday Sikhi show on our channel will be showing below. So जरूर email भी feedback ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ suggestion ਸੁਝਾਅ ਹੈਗੇ ਜरूर ਦੇ ਦਿਓ. So ਪੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕ ਮਾਫ, ਆਓ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੀ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.